Hey everybody, it's Bust, continuing our playthrough of the Path of Champions. Today, we'll be battling with Bard up against the glorious executioner that is Draven. And so, as I like to mention in these Bard videos, kind of the idea we take into all of the Bard battles is that he has kind of two problems, and I think it really gets noticeable here up against Draven, where Draven has the round start, give the foe's strongest unit +2 attack and overwhelm, and that you have to be ready in the early game. Otherwise, there's just a lot of kind of like Dragonling based combat where they spew off a bunch of early game Dragonlings and just do too much damage to you across the course of 2 or 3 battles for you to recover from. And so I really like to focus on the early plays. You know, we always like to start with our opening hands having either Bird, the 1-drop that generates the chimes, or the Stone Stackers. Not really looking for Esmuth. I think Esmuth really illustrates the problems you can run into as to where your opponent has a random like 6 attack overwhelm on the second turn and you play a 0 power unit. It just doesn't work out. And so throughout the course of our deck building and everything, we're going to look for some early plays. But as we kind of, in the previous videos, just really hyper-aggressively went after the early plays, now that we're up against Draven and once we get up to Galio and such, we're going to have a little bit more value in our deck. It'll be a little bit too challenging to win the games fast enough, especially in the face of all the Dragonlings, to just be on that all-in plan. And so we're going to be on the lookout for just a little something in the late game, just to help close things out and be a big value play. And so, in terms of our Bard for this one, our star power is just at 1, still here just with the singular one that buffs you for playing a buffed unit. The champion level is up to 16, which is, that's a 35 health nexus along with a bonus defining epics. And then for the relics, I'm playing this kind of interactive package as to where Bard has the Stalker's Blade, so he strikes a unit when he comes into play. And then Lost Chapter, which gives us spell mana refill when we add him to the board. It allows us to, where I'd typically say turn 4, you would have to decide, do I want to play Bard or do I want to play a spell? Gives us a little bit of opportunity to do both. So, the deck building and the pre-game out of the way, let's jump on into battle, see what happens, see what turns up. With these powers, there's kind of typically 2 kind of things I'm looking for. I either want to be cheating on mana, and so I want to find sorcery, I want to find mana gem, I want to find draw a card, and then you get your that card costs 1 less, or Spellslinger here will be okay. It's not one of the most ideal ones. You know, kind of the problem we would have with Bard is that he's doesn't have many spells. Like, he only starts off with like the stun thing and Minimorph, and so we'll have to kind of craft our deck a bit to work with Spellslinger. But having it from the start and then also having Bard with the spell mana refill kind of gives us a good deck building path to take with this thing. All right, on to the Noxcria Arena. A little bit different from the other one. There is the Noxcria Arena battle where they just get one in hand. This battle, it starts already out on the board. So here we go. We got a Bird on board with that. I was like, why are our spells so expensive? Here we go. You gotta wait on the card to actually come into hand. Gotcha, game. We'll block. Our unit will just die to the arena anyways. Okay, that was only a single hit onto the Bandle Commando. It's a fairly scary place for Esmuth, though, right? If we play Esmuth, then opponent can kill it with just, pretty much anything. And it's not super ideal. And so we are going to lose our Bandle Commando to the arena here, but it would be kind of almost guaranteed we would have lost our unit had we played Esmuth. Lots of booming coming through. All right, then we don't have anything that can survive the hit from the Trifarian, so we'll just have to bank up the mana for this turn. You ready to come out and strike, Bird? You can do 2 and 2. It just does 2. Having a different adventure on my brain. But this sucks. We're gonna start losing things to the Trifarian. I think we just want to get our smaller units down though. This is a little painful. Gonna drop an Owlcat, and we can look to stun the Trifarian next turn. But rip Esmuth, you fought valiantly. Sometimes your best fight just isn't good enough. We gotta spend 5 mana this or 4 mana this turn. We have to play the Cosmic Binding. I guess we could like lead with it, get the dude, and then the dude could block something. But that's tough. Like the Trifarian just already has Overwhelm though. We don't have any 3-power units really. Like we can. Well, I guess the Starlit Stag works, right? He is big enough. Okay. Alright, so we take 2 damage this turn. Not that bad. We'll kill the Reckless Trifarian. The Shield Breaker is going to take down our Porofly. Rip. You tried your hardest, my dude. But now we kind of have the opportunity to turn things around. Bard has grown to some size, right? He's got some meat on those bones now. Just immediately strike down the Shield Breaker. This is where we can start to let the magic happen. Three charms. I was hoping to boost our stone stackers. Would have been cool if it could survive this hook into the Kingpin. Our Bard has Challenger though. I didn't recognize that hit. Okay. Now we've got him down to 1 card. We should be pretty good now. We took a bit of damage, which is unfortunate, but I think we're strong enough to just go ahead and end this. Your battlefield prowess is not enough, my dude. Alright, RIP Stone Stackers. Now we should kill him on this open. GG Nox Crya Arena. Okay, that was a little more challenging than I wanted. Not the greatest start, but we'll recover, I'm sure. What you got for us? Are we excited about any of these? Reduce my cost by the cost of your most expensive ally champion. That's kind of interesting on the Trifarian Assessor. Otherwise, Catalog of Regrets, not super interested in. We don't have enough spells. And then Quick Attacking Scout Snappers are pretty good, but I'm really interested and excited in playing this Trifarian Assessor for free. So let's go ahead and add that one to the squad. On down here to the support champion. What do we got? This is the space to where it's like, I'm usually like reasonably happy with something like Sejuani, right? She does give us a good early game play in the Ruthless Raider, and then she is kind of that like late game finisher package that we're looking for. We could get kind of a similar thing out of Jace. His ability is a little messed up, given that we have the spells cost 1 less, so Shock Blast is going to cost 5, and Jace is just like never going to flip. And so I'm not super interested in picking him up. Kindred's always great, but I think the Sejuani's where we want to be. I also like that she's got a heal attached to her, and then she's also capable with the overwhelms. But all right, I see a champion chest down here. This is quite nice to use with our Bard. Getting more copies of Bard is always good. So it doesn't matter which battle we take. I'm going to go with the River Shaper. It can be a like somewhat challenging match because the spells that we have are so expensive, but he at least can't counterspell a Minimorph, and so it's like we just can't really play our Cosmic Bindings, but everything else should be okay. Then we're going to mulligan for Bird. Missed it. A little scary. This guy can't come at us too fast, but right, this Eye of the Dragon's going to be hitting for a ton of damage, and it's very easy for him to be like, Herder, it's a Spiderling, or whatever these are called, Dragonlings. He always says Herder right before he does it, in case you weren't aware. It's just 2 damage. Like I feel a little safer just preventing it. Whoa, that was a big hit. A 3 hit this early. Sometimes that RNG is just pretty big. Okay, not bad. Like, holding back with the Bandle Commando is going to prevent us a fair bit of damage from the Kinku Lifeblade. You only got to block for 1 of them. He kept his 2 mana back, so we can't play Cosmic Binding. Alright. Alright. Make a nice 6-piece nugget right to the face. A little scary. I'm not sure how the AI reacts here in terms of blocking our stuff. Like, if we get to next turn, we might be, little okay, in that we can start to hit stuff with Sejuani for the Frostbite. But, ooh, Challenger on the Balladeers was huge. Alright, see if they do something dumb. He says, no, I'm cool with just losing my whole team. Alright, we're in a pretty good space now. Feel much better. Gonna get to heal 6 off Sejuani, immediately follow up with the Assessor. The Assessor is gonna be a draw 3. Right. 1 for each 5-power ally. Oh, I want to play my card for free. Lame, dude. Alright, well, at least, it's kind of bittersweet. We get to just replay Sejuani and gain another 6 health, and so that's kind of nice. Can we ever lethal this turn? If we hook both of his 2 units out with our 2 power units, we're hitting for 15 plus 4. So no, we'll be short. Let's just bring them all. He can pick and choose. I'm hoping he trades, right? Okay. Alright, we're good. Get yourself some stats, Bard. I want you to to bring the thunder here. Ooh. Alright, well, I mean, I guess we're back to this same boat. We're gonna heal ourselves to full playing these Sejuanis over and over again. We've definitely had worse experiences. Now this open should be good enough to end it. We have Fury of the North in our hand. Should we need just a little bit of a boost? We'll send... I don't think he plays the Barrier Lifesteal card, but just in case he does, we'll send the Mina all the way down to the right. Keep her out of combat. Cool. Onto the champion chest. Oh, gotta do this first. The barrier onto Protoporo is not that bad. These other cards are pretty turdy, though. It's like... I want, like, a little bit more out of our 1-drops than the Protoporo. Like, I always like, you know, things like Zonite Urchin. Just things that do stuff. The Protoporo, the barrier is nice, but it doesn't do enough after that. Let's spend a roll. Riptide Rex is kind of interesting. He's very expensive, though. I'm going to roll that away. And Pack Mentality. That is a nice way to come in and close out a game. I'm not sure if we're going to be able to, like, plunder before we hit with it, but I like that. Like, our top end is pretty set now between having the Sejuanis and having the Pack Mentality. Here, we'll take the Phage for Bard. He has that strike ability. I definitely feel a little bit safer having the strike come in higher. And what are our next options? Item chest, shop, Crimson Aristocrat. Not sure what Crimson Aristocrat does. Do we care about either of these battles? I know, like, the Dragonling one is kind of scary. He can come out a little bit faster than we can deal with. Maybe we just go for the item chest here. Alright, so give the foe's unit, or give the foe's strongest unit +1 attack this round for each card in the player's hand. This one can be a little tough for Bard if you can't spew your hand out fast enough, right? If we get like a curve of like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and we can't play our cards that fast, then having cards like Bandle Commando that put additional cards in our hand can be a bit of a struggle, but let's see if we can't get out in front of this. Lifesteal is interesting. I don't think we want to trade just yet. Let's wait a turn. See what comes out of this. Maybe we'll take the damage and then get a big block with Bird in the next turn. But this is what you see as being problematic, right? Now he has this 8 attack House Spider, but we don't have any way to drop cards out of our hand, right? As it stands on our next turn, we literally can't play any of these cards. And so we're gonna start to struggle with old House Spider here. he's oh Jesus, the Pack Mentality, not what we were looking for. We're gonna get boomed so hard. Okay, what are we getting hit for? Neg 13. All right. All right. Well, we're counting on some pretty big draws here. We can at least like recover a touch next turn if we're able to, say, play a Cosmic Binding with some stuff, but Scout and Bard's a big help. I'll go ahead and give him that. And maybe, like, opponent's unit will get... yeah, we should be fine now. I think we just took a big chunk of damage, and we survived it with the Bard growth. That's pretty scary, though. I know y'all are scared. If I'm little scared, y'all are probably big scared. Alright, 2 to an enemy, stun an enemy. Now we're looking strong. It's like, do we really want to be out here drawing cards with the Trifarian Assessors? That's probably fine. We can, like, Pack Mentality next turn. I'm not one to shy away from a fight. This was probably not the preferred boss to choose. We probably should have picked that other battle instead of this one. But I think we're okay. I think we're fine. So we can like Pack Mentality, then attack with Bard twice. And then if something goes, completely wrong, we can still just swing into next turn with mini morph style cards. Oh, we have to forget again that he's got those abilities. This is still pretty huge, though. Like, our Bard attack is good now. I don't think we'll be lethal, but... looks pretty strong. Okay, you can have your big unit now. We're ready. We're ready for it. Drop an emote. I don't even know if in all my time I've seen a flipped exalted Poro. I don't think I've seen that before. Alright, good enough. We won't take any damage this turn. He doesn't attack. Here comes the thunder. We got a pack mentality, right? Just make sure he knows who's boss, right? Drop that pack mentality before you bring the attack. There it is. Come at him for neg 56. Okay, a little scary. My heart rate went up a little bit, but we survived at the end of the day. See if this item was worth it. It is pretty good for us if we're able to like level up bards, get more copies of bards in our deck. Here, Harsh Winds is fine. Give us that touch of interactivity. Item chest. Ew, these are all pretty gross. I guess we could take the Minimorph with the heal attached to it. I don't really want more copies of Minimorph in our deck, and I really don't want 4-cost Stone Stackers. This is a pretty turdy collection of cards. It's either take the Minimorph or skip it. It's one copy of Minimorph, though. Okay. Let's see if we can't cut something out to feel a little bit better about that. I'm usually leaning towards like things like Wolf Rider. Wolf Rider is probably a better cut than the Babbling Balladeers. The Balladeers is the other one I'm like commonly cutting out of these decks. But yeah, the Wolf Rider's fine. All right, on to Lee Sin. See if he comes down and drops that just giant boom on us on the first turn. It's a fairly common thing. He drops a 1-drop and hits it with double resonating strike. It's definitely a thing. All right, I'll hang on to the Ruthless Raider. Not excited about it, but we need to ensure that we have some kind of early play. Dropping emotes. Let's boom him. Boom him with the kitty. See, yeah, here comes Sparring Student for 5 damage. Oh, we didn't even play it. You didn't play the resonating strikes. Come on, AI. Come on. Don't do it after the fact. Okay. That's not right. He's just trying to slow play us here. Okay, so we'll have to deal with some like Lee Sin shenanigans for a turn, but then on his next attack, we'll be ready with a Minimorph, and so he's ultimately not super scary here. Can give him Challenger preemptively. Who knows how perfect Lee Sin's actually going to play here. So let's do this. Let's start with Bird. He didn't actually do anything. Okay. So he could have like Dragon's Protection to Lee Sin to give him Challenger and then hooked in our Starlit Stag. So I didn't want to just like drop the big unit and have it get Barrier Lifestealed right from the start, or Barrier Challenge from the start. Do we even want to bother with the unit? I think I prefer to 3-bank. Like, all we're going to do this turn is play Bard. Did he hit? Oh, that's huge. That's huge. Now Bard's good enough to take down Lee Sin. As they say, sometimes it's better lucky than good. Pretty powerful spot to be in now. Okay, so we do have the Harsh Winds here, which I think will be enough. So I'm going to start dropping Trifarian Assessors. And then we'll try and harsh winds through this combat. We should have played the other Assessor, but... It's good. He can still Resonating Strike this one down, but maybe we should have, if we stop and think about that, maybe we should have waited on him to Resonating Strike and then play the Harsh Winds. But he's going about it all dumb here. So the story of how opponent is playing today, just doing a bunch of dumb stuff. Alright, we can't lethal just yet, but we're going to have a pretty powerful board here. Is this thing? Quick attack? Alright.
Only the finest serve.
I was hoping for some more chimes to hit, but I don't think it's going to matter. We're ready with the mini morph on his next attack. Keep drawing them. Give me some more cards to draw, please. There's a big old boy out here. Certainly ate his Wheaties in the morning. Watch and learn.
Spring does not be winter.
Okay, just a little damage coming through, but we just annihilated his whole board. I think Lee Sin has been dispatched. I think we're okay now. He did make some questionable plays along the way, but I think it was enough for us to at least make it through this one. Can we get Bard to grow anyway? I'm just going to play a small unit and be ready with a mini-morph.
I know a challenge when I see one.
He'll play these, right? He'll play the Resonating Strikes, and then we get to drop the mini-morphs after. I don't know. He didn't Resonating Strike his sparring student at the beginning, so it's tough to tell how he's actually going to approach this. Alright, how much is this? Neg 28? Looks like enough to me. GG. Alright, give us a good power here. Definitely adding in the bards. Give him the +1/+3 again. It works so nicely with the strike. Now we have 4 bards in our deck, adding in the chimes. Things are starting to come together. Ooh, always strong with lie in wait. All of these cards are strong. So, like across the board here, Stabilize on the left. When you summon a champion, summon an exact ephemeral copy. That is nice with Bard in that he has the strike sword. So we'll play a copy of Bard. Then he'll get to strike on 2 units. That's pretty good and what I'm leaning towards taking. Quick draw, also good with these decks, right? Our big struggle is just getting stuff on the board. And as we play cards like Esmuth and we play cards like our Trifarian Assessor that costs 1 mana, we get to draw a bunch of cards and then play them on the cheap. That is pretty good, but I don't think it's stronger than Stabilize. Stabilize is just like a really like super high-powered play. And then Lie in Wait is good in every deck. This is just the way we draft a lot of these with just the cheaper plays across the board. Lie in Wait is pretty strong, but I feel like our units are just kind of like big enough at this point, and we haven't assembled like a super ultra aggressive deck. Like we can craft around Lie in Wait pretty well as a first champion or as a first power, but coming in on the second power, it needs to have like a real purpose, and I don't think our deck has that purpose. I'm going to go with the Stabilize out of these. Okay, so moving forward, what is this? We got a gold chest, which was whatever, or an epic spells chest. I'd prefer the epic spells. What are these? Deal 4 to stunned units, okay. Or the foe's units have quick attack, which is, it's strong, but kind of manageable. We like our units are either like 6/1s or bards that are like 6/10s. Like the quick attack's not the biggest deal, but I think I want to run into the epic chest here, so we'll deal with the Pit Fighter, dealing 4 damage to our stunned units. Cool. So we got to start with Bard and a Stone Stackers. No complaints here. Getting the 4 chimes a turn. We should power through those a lot easier now. Much Bard in our deck, if you will. Much Bard. Many Bard. Wonderful time. Oh, that's a scary unit. You didn't take the opportunity to guile our bird. Whatever, dude. You don't know what you're missing out on. You're gonna emote. I'll bring Steve. Alright. Steve's coming out. The emote plays are ready. Okay, he stuns, pops a spell shield, stuns again. Won't be enough to actually kill it, right? With the round end 4 damage. So, not ultra worried about the sequencing happening here. Alright, we need a little something to do. Our deck is like pretty heavily reliant on Bard, and we haven't drawn him yet, and so a little worrisome in that sense, but I think we're looking okay. We picked up we picked up the Sejuani plus the Assessor. We can pull that off in 2 turns. We have a mini-morph in case he plays something particularly scary here, right? He's going to have the big Overwhelm because of how his power works, but we can at least mini-morph the unit down to 3 attack. We're going to get boomed this turn, though, aren't we? If he just stuns our Starlit Stag, we'd be looking to take 9, assuming we mini-morph the thing, but we get to heal 3 of it back. We start at 35. Okay. I'm gonna just play it slow and wait for the big plays here. Ugh, it's so much damage now. Fuck. Okay. Neg 18 coming at us. That's a juicy hit. We at least get to recover another 6 of it off of Sejuani, but can I get a sad noise from the crowd? Lifesteal on Sejuani. Okay. Well, I mean, the Ephemeral one's definitely attacking. It's not enough to take down the Reckoner, but I think this is okay. Man, we're already back to just gaining 2 off of this after we just got domed for like 18. Pretty sweet. Alright, well, it's fairly prime time for a Harsh Winds here. So we need to get a smaller unit on board. I think we want to drop a Balladeers, right? Because we're going to lose the Assessor at the end of our turn. Then, round start, he's going to stun our weakest one, so we don't really want him stunning Sejuani. The Hungry Owlcats should be, pretty perfect for this situation. Here comes Bard, ready to slap our opponent's whole board down. Bring it. Get to strike down all the relevant units. Drop the Twisted Fate emote. Feels good. This Bard picked up Elusive as well. I feel like we're going to be a bit out of lethal range here, right? Let's say we hook his one blocker, he puts his other blocker in front of, I guess it would just be 4. We're looking at 6 plus 7 is like 13 or so. Plus another 2 would be like 15 or so. Plus or minus like 3. Math isn't my forte. But I think this is good. I'm going to take down one of these Glory Seekers. This is going to get the bonus next turn. So I'm happy to just take it. Probably shouldn't have attacked with the Owlcat here, but I got pretty excited about what was happening on board. I sent it in anyways. I think we're good now. I'm ready with a mini morph dog. Look at that. He's sharpened resolve your guy in the back and then don't attack with it. Top-notch plays today coming out of the AI.
Only the finest serve.
Alright, well our squad's ready for battle now. Getting all the Bard upgrades. Alright, let's battle. Rip it. Neg 26 at the end of the day. Feels pretty good. And Sejuani flips on the way. I didn't APM the emote in fast enough. Oh well. See if we get a sweet spell. You know? Hoping and dreaming. So here, these cards all kind of suck. We can't reroll anything away. It's going to add the copies to our deck, which is fairly painful. Maybe we just go with the Mammoth Shaman because it's big. But man, it's so expensive. Alright, I guess we'll take the Balladeers. Just make sad noises about it. Alright, so how do we feel about these? I'm not like amped about Entomb. It's okay, but it's just like I feel like our interactivity with the harsh winds and stuff is already enough. I'm actually kind of like looking down here towards this shield vault. Give like one of our allies +2/+2 and then stun something from our opponent. I think that'll be okay. It's like a little slow. Not the end of the world slow. Ooh, Trifarian Might. This is really strong here. When you summon a 5-power ally, strike the weakest unit. Definitely want that. Not even going to look at these other cards before we decide. We definitely want it. And it's like, once we've picked that up, I'm kind of okay with picking up this Ephemeral Ruthless Raider as just like a bad strike card, but that doesn't sound very good. That doesn't sound good. I don't think we really want any of these. Okay, we'll leave. So what do we got? A Spell Chest or an Epic Encounter? The Incisive Tactician. I think I have seen the Incisive Tactician. I just don't remember what it is. So, if the foe has the attack token, grant the foe's units +2 health. Otherwise, grant them +2 attack. And so he's defensive on his turn, attacky on our attack token. All right, that's kind of odd, but foe has the attack token, grant the foe's units 2 health. Otherwise, grant them 2 attack. All right. Ready. Much expensive in this hand. Ooh, keep getting these really scary draws. Like, you don't want to see pack mentality in an opening hand ever. Alright. Oh, shit. Okay. I mean, we're playing the Stone Stackers because we just have to block, but maybe you'll play something we can kill. All right. I mean, I'm okay. I'm on board with this. He will shrink up a little bit next turn, since the attack bonus will fall off and he'll pick up the defense bonus, but a little scary. Well, at least we get to block. Guess we'll block the big one. I don't know about you all, but I'm getting a little scared here. A little scared. We didn't have a great early start. Ooh, yeah. Another pack mentality. Just what the doctor ordered. Oh, jeez.
The spirit gives to those who listen.
Well, we got the elusive bird here to come out and protect us a little bit. All right. I don't know what I'm hoping to draw. Probably like a harsh winds would be safe. This is scary. Are we just dead? I mean, it looks like we're just dead. It says neg 17. You don't have any cards to play. All right. Maybe we can do it on the rebound. That's tough. But see, like the games like that are exactly why I say what I say about Bard in the beginning. You have to have those early game plays, right? Having a board where we come down here and like drop Esmuth onto, you know, our opponents like 3/3s and 4/4s, it just doesn't do anything. And so you have to mulligan and you have to hit those birds and you have to hit those whatchamacallits, the stone stackers. I mean, maybe we could have kept shield vaults, but opponent was just like opening into us those games. I think Bard is probably strong enough to keep. If he gets to come down and like 2 for 1 and then protect a little bit, maybe. But wow, this hand is not it. I mean, the harsh winds we can play on turn, like his attack token on turn 4. Like if he's going to open on us. I don't feel like we're going to have a turn 3 play here. So we'll get to 3 bank and then maybe harsh winds. We just die to this attack, but we got to prevent the damage. All right, so what are we doing next turn, right? Are we going to harsh winds or are we going to play Bard? I think there's a realistic chance he doesn't open. Like, I don't know how the AI feels about this, but I think we might get to play Bard. If he spews off like 2 or 3 units, we're not going to get to do it, but... Well, I guess now that I'm thinking about it, the Harsh Winds is 1 mana cheaper, so we can still play it if he opens. Alright, I feel better.
Only the bad parts are true.
Yeah, Bard doesn't even kill this 5/7. Okay. That at least deals with most of the problem. Why did we just kill off all of his units? What the fuck? What the fuck happened there? Why did those die? Bard struck the... I don't get it. What did you do, Bard? Did he summon something weird? I don't know. I ain't complaining about it, though. I don't know what happened, but I think it was good enough for us to not die. You just got to take your wins where you can get them, I guess. Interesting. Oh, we have that power. The power that your 5 power plus units strike and deal damage. Okay. Now I remember where where all this damage is coming from. Jeez. Okay, but things are looking like a little better now. We can gain 5 off of the Minimorph. We can gain 6 off of the Sejuani. And that should get us in a pretty reasonable spot going into the future rounds. Another mini morph for a gain 5. Gotta game the system a little bit to gain all this health back. I'm a little skeptical when he just plays a 1 power unit, but I think we're safe. Oh man, I forget that Sejuani comes down and creates a copy of herself so that we then get to gain 12 whenever we play her. That's going to get us right back up to 35. Much 24. What do we pick up? It's like I don't want to game the system too hard. Like I'm just trying to like think if I want to snowball this and just eventually play a Pac-Man or play a mini morph for the extra heal. But I don't think we're gonna lethal this turn. 14, 24, 28, 32. We would have if he didn't play a unit. Okay. Alright, but he's out of cards now, so feeling pretty safe. I think we should survive this one.
The spirit gives to those who listen.
Listen to this, spirit. I'm just gonna come down and drop the mini morph now. Alright, I feel like this will end it. We did it. We bested the scales of the dragon on the second attempt. Cool.
We survive.
Okay. What do we got? More pack mentalities? No, just no. Get that nonsense out of here. The Shadow Assassin's fine, I guess. It's a elusive unit and it gives us the mana gem. It's fine. So the Incisive Tactician. Choose one of your powers to sacrifice in exchange for one of a higher rarity, or pick up Ever Onward. And so it is tempting to try and upgrade the Caretaker's Blessing. It's like as we're getting here to the end, I'm also tempted just to like upgrade Spellslinger to something epic. Let's do it. Let's roll the dice. What do we hit? Summon a sapling on attack token. Okay, that's actually pretty decent here. Now cut a card. Do we want to cut this pack mentality? We've needed it like never and hated it every time we've drawn it. I think it has to go. And then we can come up and prepare to battle Draven. And so Draven. Round end. The foe summons Draven if he's not in play, so Draven's always on board. When Draven attacks, give him +1 attack and double attack this round. Quite the powerful attacker coming at us. Alright, onward and upward. Battle in the Draven. I feel good. I don't know about you. I feel okay. We might be able to do it. Do you want to hang on to this Balladeers? That's a tough one. Again, like I'm not really excited about just curving out against these decks, and so I think we need to find our powerful stuff. Like we need to find our bards, but maybe that's just like a little too much to pass on the Balladeer. Like I don't know what would draw better in the early game, other than just trying to find more bards.
I need just a moment.
Okay. Well, we'll give them the chance to hook our unit should they want to. That's a fine trade for me, trading our 1-drop for their 2-drop. And now we do have the saplings capable of taking down Dravens, although he does just refresh at the end of the round. Not going to be doing anything else with the sapling, though. Maybe, should we have just put the damage onto the Kingpin? Well, his Draven does continue to grow if you don't deal with him, right? Just when he attacks. Thinking noises. That's a way to take down a Draven. You just slap him for 7. Okay, this isn't bad. We'll take a 10 hit, and then we can recover a little bit with the Stone Stacker. Oh, he's just discarding stuff? Oh, he has the draw and the spinning axes, though. I think we're fine. I think we've managed to survive this one with that, mainly just on the back of our strike ability, or on the back of our 5 power unit striking kind of ability. Right, well, he can't afford good combats against any of these units we're about to play. So let's do it. Let's drop a Bandle Commando. We'll drop a Hungry Owlcat. We'll see what he wants to tango with. Well, adding a 4/4 to the board does change things a little bit. I'm okay with any of this as long as we can trade, right? Someone get a mop. So it's like, what if we do something like this now? And he has to trade with the Kingpin if he wants. He can spend his spinning axes to take down the Stone Stacker, which is whatever. I think this is looking really good for us now. He does still have a ton of health, but we have a ton of cards. It's waiting on another 5-attack ally to hit our hand.
Now we're cooking.
Alright, I don't know about you, but I'm no longer scared. As they say, I think we've done it. I'm not going to play the Owlcat. I want him to get up to 4 attack before we play it. But... Oh, what up, Bard? Right on time, my dude. I bet you just come down and slam this board. It's just like, gets everything, right? So we get 4 strikes out of the Bard. So let's see if he plays another unit first, right? Are we big enough to take that down? That's slightly depressing, but I think it's still okay. So we only get to kill 3 of his units instead of 4. Now we're ready with this. Alright. I'm calling it. I'm calling our shot. This one is done. Draven has been bested. I feel pretty good about it. Well done, squad. We had to use a revive, but we crushed it otherwise.
Time for the moneymaker.
Coming at us, Draven. I got a mini morph ready to go. So many draws. Oh, this is nice. This is nice. Go ahead and start striking stuff. Not even using the mini morph now.
Sharpen the blade, secure the kill.
Just strikes all abound. Strikes everywhere. We got, did any of our, Ruthless Raider got big enough, okay. Bird got big enough as well. Just keep sending in the strikes. I don't think that's how you win the game, Draven. I appreciate your gusto, but I don't think that's going to be enough.
What's my name?
Draven time. We got 29 here? I don't know. I don't think we do. Get us a little closer. Kato. Alright, neg 40 coming at him. I think we're good. Neg 31, that should finish it. Oof. Nice. Oh, he's drawing more cards. Is he gonna find something? We can deal with a strike. We have the harsh winds to shrink Kato. He's digging. He's searching. Rip. All right. So good deal. Not a perfect run by any means. I mean, we did certainly fall to one of the opponents, but I feel like this really touched on a lot of the strategies and the weaknesses and the strength that you're going to have running into this match. Again, as we've done to every point up to this one, you have to really kind of focus on your early game. I think that game that we actually lost showcased that perfectly, as to where we just got ran over by those things and didn't have anything that we could even add to the board. And so you have to keep, some semblance of early game, but you also have to start picking up a touch of value, right? That's why I was really happy with the Sejuani. But in our, previous adventures up to this one, we would just say, it's a one drop, take it. And you can't go like super all in like that with this one. You run into 2 rounds of Dragonlings where it just doesn't work, and then you run into places like Draven, to where their units are just like outclassing yours, and you don't have enough stuff to just throw at them for long enough. They just completely outvalue you through the likes of their spinning axes. And so that's my kind of like key take on it. If you are struggling, you can just try to pick up the second star. The second star gives you the +1 mana, and that really works wonders in making this a much more manageable matchup. But with the current state of the star system, to where you can't pick and choose where your stars go, you don't have much agency in deciding when your bard gets 2-starred or 3-starred, and so I feel like this is a pretty good primer on pushing through with bard at 1 star, and I hope it helps you achieve some victory. And so that's going to be that. That's our video for today. Everybody out there, you have yourselves a good one.